Welcome back to Cloud Institution, so the best software training institution. So today in this video we're going to see another AWS interview question. Okay, so this is related to S3 bucket. Now today, so this video is represents that how S3 works with Glacier. So first of all, we'll see what is S3 Glacier. Okay, so the answer for this question is going to be S3 Glacier is an S3 bucket is a cost-effective cost-effective storage class with Amazon S3, designed for long-term archival and backup of infrequently accessed data, offering low storage costs and compared to standard S3 storage, but with potentially a larger retrieval times. Okay, so what do you mean by this one? So S3 Glacier is the bucket that's cost-effective storage. Okay, so for example, if you're uploading one object in the S3 bucket, so that object is going to be costing more. So if you're uploading into the standard S3 uploads. Okay, I'm going to show you what is the difference between S3 standard uploads and the S3 Glacier uploads. All right, so now let's go back and see some demo. Okay, so now, so I already have one S3 bucket over here. I'm going to click on this S3 bucket. All right, so now I'm going to upload one object. Okay, so I'm going to upload add files and add files. Okay, so this one screenshot is there. Okay, I'm going to upload this particular screenshot. Okay, so screenshot is recently be taken. Okay, I'm going to do a property, and so before that I'm going to give a public read accesses for this one. Okay, so I'm going to choose a standard storage class. Okay, so in the next object whatever I'm going to upload is going to be, I'm going to do a Glacier deep archive. Okay, so this object is going to be standard, the standard storage class, right? So now I'm going to upload this object. Okay, this screenshot is going to be standard storage upload. Okay, so similarly now it's uploaded. Now I'm going to upload another object, but now I'm going to add files, and it's going to be cloud institution logo. There's going to be a S3 deep archival Glacier storage class. So the permission I may have to give public read access or can private as well, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to give properties. I can use I'm going to use Glacier deep archival storage, right? So now I'm going to upload the file. Okay, so now I've already uploaded it, right? So I'm going to close it. Now I've uploaded two objects. Okay, so two files. One is the screenshot, another one is the cloud institution logo. Okay, so the one of the cloud institution logo is kind of a deep, so Glacier deep archival class storage class is belongs to. Another one is going to be the screenshot. Okay, so first of all, so the difference between these two is that, so in the way you're accessing it, right? So how long it takes to access it. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on this screenshot and I'm going to download it. Okay, now I'm going to download it. You see, so this image is downloaded. All right, so now, so because it is there in the standard archival storage, standard standard storage, then it's going to be downloaded. Now I'm going to download logo.jpg, the cloud institution logo. Now as you can see here, I cannot download it, or either I cannot open it. Okay, so now the reason behind is that, so what happens, I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, let's say for example this is you. Okay, so you're trying to access this bucket, so I have a two objects. So this is the single bucket. Okay, so this is the same bucket. Okay, so now I have two objects. Okay, now I have two objects. Okay, so one is standard class. Okay, standard storage class. Okay, another one is, okay, Glacier. Now what happens is that, whenever you just mocked this as a Glacier, what happens is, no, it's going to be archival. It's trying to archive, and it tried to archive this particular storage object, and it's going to be moving this object into some of the cost storage, the storage servers. So in the background, what's happening is that it's going to archive it. So as you know, what is archival? It's going to zip it. It's going to zip it, and it's going to be moving. It's kind of this is kind of a low cost storage. Low cost storage. Okay, so it's going to be moving into this one, right? So storage class is not been moving to anywhere. It's going to be staying in the same bucket. It's going to be, very fast and retrieval. Okay, so whenever you're accessing this one, it should be able to, you should be able to retrieve this data, in a fraction of seconds, right? So what happens if you're able to, if you're trying to access the Glacier? So now in this case, what happens is that, so it has to restore from the low cost storage to the Glacier first. I mean, to the normal, uh, for example, so the normal storage class first. Okay, for example, so this is the, okay, let's consider, okay, this is the normal, normal storage, right? So first of all, it has to be restoring into, sorry, first of all, it's going to be restoring into, so standard, and then you should be able to access it. Okay, so how it's happening? Okay, so whenever I wanted to retrieval, initiate storage, initiate restore. Okay, so what happens is that I'm going to give for a couple of days. I'm telling that a couple of days I wanted to have this particular um, objects to be in the retrieval stage. So which means that for a couple of days, for 2 days, this low cost storage, the Glacier, whatever it's been happening, so it's been moved to low cost storage. It will be stay in this place for a couple of days. Okay, so for the next couple of days, what you can do is you will be able to access the storage from here. So then what happens is that S3 bucket will delete this particular object. Okay, delete this particular object from the bucket. Now what happens if you want to do access the same object again after 2 days is going to be you have to restore it, right? So this is how the S3 Glacier works. Now if you can see here, I'm giving 2 days, number of days to restore a copy is available, the restored copy is available. So number of days that the restored copy is available, right? So bulk retrieval or standard retrieval. So I'm going to give bulk retrieval, okay, within a 48 hours or typically 12 hours. Okay, so you can just use standard retrieval also. So initiate storage, initiate restore. Now, if you can go back and see here, okay, this object, okay, now restoration is progress. Okay, so restoration start date and retrieval tier. Okay, so it's going to be coming into standard retrieval. All right, so it will take a lot of time for you to put the so put the storage into the normal standard storage class. Okay, so then you should be able to access it. It takes a lot of time, guys. You have to wait for it. But this is going to be a really very important interview question, that can be asked in the interview. So if you talk about S3 bucket, so S3 Glacier is very important concepts, guys. So they will definitely ask you at least one question, if they want to dig deeper into the S3 bucket. So now you understand what is S3 Glacier, right? So here as a definition, S3 Glacier, in an S3 bucket is a cost-effective storage. So why does this mean by cost-effective? Okay, so when compared to storage class, whatever the storage class object you uploaded, when compared to this one, so this particular, this particular storage is very cost effective. As you can see here, the comparison. Okay, for example, if you go back to if you upload any, so if you try to upload, okay, so if you go for the properties, now you can see the deep glacier archive, so the okay, so the per GB free per GB fees apply. Okay, but here you can see, so retrieval fees is not there, and you can just see so okay, so minimum billable object size. So minimum billable object size is 128K, right? So here there is no such such features, so but basically, if you wanted to see the comparison of it, so standard storage class is going to be really costly. Yeah, then so the deep glacier archive. All right, so that's all about this particular video, guys. So this is really important question, as I mentioned. Okay, so hope this video will be really helpful for you to practice and prepare for your interviews. Okay, hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please stay tuned with us, and I'll be posting a lot of videos in the future. Okay, see you again in the next video.